bloodstream. After 5 weeks in intensive care, 7 operations, and many agonizing brushes with death, Damien survived his war against the deadly E. coli bacteria.
Pretty scary. Just whenever I get a chance to think about it, think about everything that happened to you. I seem pretty lucky to be alive again.
But others haven't been as fortunate. In 1993, an outbreak of E. coli at several Jack-in-the-Box restaurants killed 3 people. And it left this victim, 10-year-old Brianne Kiner, with permanent brain damage. And in the summer of 1996, more than 9,000 Japanese school children were infected with the E. coli bacteria. 11 died. E. coli bacteria usually come from the intestines of cattle. E. coli bacteria usually come from the intestines of cattle. Cow manure with E. coli can get washed through the streams and cause contamination. And when manure is used for fertilizer, it can contaminate apples which fall to ground. If those same apples are made into cider,
see, they keep putting my picture up.
The cider can also be contaminated. But the most common method of E. coli infection is through contaminated ground beef when it isn't properly cooked. One study found that 3.5% of the ground beef sold in supermarkets was infected with the deadly E. coli 0157. And there's also the problem of cross-contamination. Liquids from tainted ground beef can contaminate other foods in a refrigerator or on countertops. Damien Hirsink's brush with E. coli has not only changed his life, but also his family's. His mother has written a book about Damien's story and founded an international organization dedicated to E. coli from our food supply. Damien is one of the lucky ones.
Hello.
Everything that happened to me.
Hello.
Everything could go wrong and didn't. But very fortunate.
He has lost 25% of his lung capacity and will always be a... But his story has continued to help others.
Damien is our masterpiece. He is probably one of our best actors.
Welcome, YJ official, welcome.
He had so many
Thank you,
personal
welcome.
problems and he came out so well.
I believe that a lot of the things that I have in my life are because of things other people have done for me. And our family, and certainly myself, we have an obligation to try and make things better for others, because what we have is, we have life, we have a son, we have a wonderful family.
NJ, welcome.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Welcome everyone.
Hi, everybody down in Tampa. Our Dr. Susie, all the nurses, Terry, Sarah, Betty, all the nurses that hang out. And thank you. And watch what you eat.
Thank you for the gift, Alicia Johnson.
Welcome, good Mohammed.
And thank you for liking my lives.
Thank you
Let's
very
keep
much.
it going, guys.
She walked out on stage for her nightly routine. She was a popular performer at the Sly Fox Lounge, a club well known for beautiful exotic dancers. Sometime after the performance,
My day's doing good.
encountered.
Tasha, welcome.
The crime committed that night might have gone unsolved had it not been for a common thread. One Sunday afternoon, 2 boys were playing together on an abandoned highway.
Oh, excuse me.
As they ran through a field chasing a parachute, they discovered a horrible sight. The nude, decomposed body of a young woman. She was lying face down, with her hands bound behind her back. A cord was wrapped 3 times around her neck like a leash. Under her body lay a white silk scarf tied in a knot.
This killer was trying to make a statement. He could have killed this woman with a lot less trauma.
but the deepness of his bruise, the prominence of his bruise, indicated that he applied a lot more force than was necessary in this woman's life. He was violent.
The victim was identified as 20-year-old Lana Long, an exotic dancer who worked at the Sly Fox Lounge in Tampa. Detectives found some faint tire tracks near the body, but little else. Homicide investigators interviewed Lana Long's boyfriend, John Corcoran. Corcoran hadn't reported
Let's keep it
Long
going,
missing,
chat.
even though they lived together and he hadn't seen her for 3 days.
He had an explanation of why he didn't report her missing. It was kind of vague. We were concerned about that.
Corcoran admitted that he argued with Long on the day of her disappearance about the number of men
Welcome, Tara, welcome.
asking her out on dates. 2 weeks later, a second body was discovered in a deserted location.
I can vividly recall getting in the car, driving to the crime scene, saying to myself, please don't let her be bound. Please don't let her be tied up. Felt like a ton of bricks had just fallen upon me. Because here we go from rarely having a victim bound to now two within 2 weeks of each other.
The victim was identified as 22-year-old Michelle Sims, a former beauty contestant who had turned to prostitution.
Hello.
Near the
Jazari,
body,
welcome.
police discovered some fresh tire prints in the soft
Meaning,
sand.
welcome.
There's something unusual about the tire impressions. The vehicle had 3
Welcome,
different
everyone.
tires.
Mohammad
Detectives
Nazir,
made
welcome.
the tire impressions for analysis, hoping they would provide some clue to the identity of the murderer. Because of the similarities in these 2 cases, investigators believed that both murders were committed by the same person. This time, however, John Corcoran had an alibi and was no longer considered a suspect. In the forensics lab, when Michelle Sims' clothing was analyzed, they discovered a tiny clue, a mistake. It was similar to a red fiber discovered at the Lana Long crime scene on the white silk scarf found under Long's body. On September 18, 1884, the nude body of a 3rd woman was discovered. The victim, 18-year-old
Thank you, Kate, for doing that for me.
who had a prior arrest.
I don't know how they get on my live when I already had them blocked.
Black female. The body had been dumped on the roadside.
But they've been trying to get me off this app. That's why they keep coming on my live.
There was some clothing found next to her.
I'm not going nowhere.
She had suffered a gunshot wound to the back of the head. So when you look at this case, it's totally different than the other cases. Or is it?
The forensics lab found the answer. Tiny red fibers were discovered on Williams' clothing. Fibers
I hope you have a safe trip home,
on the other
Kate.
2 victims. While detectives launched a full-scale investigation, they hoped that these mysterious red fibers would lead them to their serial killer before he struck again.
Here's to 30 grams of protein.
Is he right?
No
He right, brother?
160 calories. And all its favorite flavors. Real protein. Shake, twist, crack. Go get 'em.
Can a personal loan unlock your ambitions? Oh yeah. Take a swing at your kitchen lamp. Read that literally. Self-Fi Personal. Read that literally. Self-Fi Personal Loans. Location. Borrow up to 100K. Don't be
Hello.
plug-in. It has a microchip that alternates between 2 cents to fight odors and provide freshness for up to 50 days. Try Febreze Plug.
We're standing up for our right.
Try Febreze Plug.
We're standing up for our right to be lazy.
by sitting down.
And cleanse that.
Hey! Hello, hello!
Doctor recommended Boost. Today, I'm back out on the ranch working and riding again.
Do they say anything before you block them?
It's a real boost.
Are they talking mean?
I love numbers. So many. $0. Price.
It's a real boost.
Are they talking mean?
I love numbers. So many. $0. Price when you file is simply free. Your maximum.
Wow.
That's what you do. Also,
It's a lot of trolls coming in.
Tax layer simply free. Eligibility
She's
requirements.
blocking a lot of
Tax layer.
trolls.
File fearlessly.
Okay.
Thank you, Kate.
Hi, great pair of gloves. Shame about your swollen gum.
Yeah.
Parodontax, clinically proven to help reverse all signs of early gum disease. Your gum experts.
Moms know. This onesie will not see the wash today. With OxyClean
Okay.
Max Force, you can spray now and wash up to 7 days later. Perfect. There'll be 13 more to wash by then. It's not clean unless it's OxyClean. A must-have for parents.
Dulcamax.
Good morning.
Dulcamax liquid gel with liquid core reactivates your natural gut rhythm overnight for relief that feels amazing. Dulcamax liquid gel.
What's that?
Order enough drugs for a show.
Oh, I'm gonna try. Anybody got a point? Yeah. Is that how you get all your drinks for the show? Is that how you get all your drinks for the show?